We're on example 3 in lesson 1.4, and we're going to talk about how to solve problems with arithmetic sequences. And this problem is nice because they tell you up front, right here, the number of seats in each row does form an arithmetic sequence. All right? So we know that if there are 18 seats in the first row and 26 seats in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th row, 26 seats, the rows in between them will follow a pattern. They're going to grow by the same amount. Typically, an auditorium gets wider as you go up the aisle, right? So there are a couple ways to figure out what this is growing by. And you could make little blanks like this and put an 18 first and a 26 fifth, and then just try to think about what this needs to grow by in order to land on 26. So, have you figured that out yet? What's it growing by? 2, right? Because we would need to have a 20 here, and a 22 here, and a 24 here. So we know the common difference, D, is 2. All right? So D must be 2. So what we're going to do first is part A in this example, and we're just going to write out AN equals A1 plus D times N minus 1. So the explicit formula would start with AN equals, how many seats were in the first row?
18.
18. What's it growing by?
2.
2 times N minus 1. That's part A. Part B would be how many seats are in the 12th row, and for that, you're just going to plug in 12 for N and see what you get for A sub N. A sub 12 is what we're looking for. So we're going to do 18 plus 2 times 12 minus 1. Since 12 minus 1 is 11, and 11 times 2 is 22, 18 plus 22 is 40. So the 12th row in the auditorium would have 40 seats. Another approach to finding the common difference, D, instead of just making a list and trying to figure out what it's growing by, you can take this explicit formula right here in red, and you can plug in what you know and solve for what you don't know. For example, if we know that the 5th row has 26 seats, that means that A5 would equal 26. And we know that A1, the first row, has how many? 18. We don't know D, that's the question mark, but we do know we're in row 5. So sometimes students will find that that's easier to find D depending on what the problem looks like and how difficult it is to just think about what D is. So as you can see here, you would do 5 minus 1, which is what? 4. So let me take a little arrow here, and we'll go way up here. And we're going to take away 18 from both sides. What happens when you take away 18 from both sides? What do you get on the left? Try to be on the video. Say it loud.
8.
8. Good. That's 8 equals, what was this again?
4.
4. And if 8 equals 4D, what does D have to be? 2. So that's kind of a nice way for finding the common difference, in case you can't just figure it out in your head. All right?